Am wichtigsten ist für uns, dass die Kinder einen sicheren Ort haben. Einen Ort, an dem sie sich geborgen fühlen, wo sie sowas wie familiäre Wärme erleben.
Ja.
Every afternoon, when I came home and when our boys came home from school, we had a lot of kids from the neighborhood that came to our house. And at the beginning, I was a little bit surprised, and I was asking myself, well, what are all these kids doing here? Why are they coming to our house? And I did ask Kusse, and Kusse said, yeah, because we are here, first of all, because no one is at their house. Most of the times they are on their own and they are on the street. And second, there's food. In our house is food. So that's why they are here. Whenever I cooked food, I started to cook a lot more than we actually would eat in our family. So they became, in a way, our extended family, and which felt at that time very well. For me, it was a great experience to live in Khayelitsha and sightsee. And the neighbors were very lovely, and they were very surprised how we handled the kids, because usually you would chase them away, because you know they want something and you would chase them away. But we did the opposite. That was actually the start of Ubomi, without us knowing that we one day would start an organization. Khayelitsha is one of the biggest townships in South Africa. More than 1.2 million citizens, black people that live in Khayelitsha. It is a part of Cape Town. There's no privacy in a township. A kid is always integrated in what is going on, what's happening. There's never something that is happening behind walls. So we don't have enough schools, the schools are not properly equipped, the teachers are not properly trained, the kids don't learn English at school, so the chance to not get out of this vicious circle is very high. And the chance as a 17, 16, 15-year-old to get involved into crime acts, because this is the only way out, because this is the only way where money comes in, to steal it.
We are living in a society that's got lots of different abuse, alcohol, drugs, gangsterism. They are staying in those areas, in those society, when they see things happen in front of their faces. People, they are pointing other people in front of them.
It all starts there in the townships, where kids stand in the corners, they end up being bad influenced by others or peers, or involved in criminal activities.
There's a lot of rape and all this abuse, especially when it comes to girls. So we open Ubomi so that we can keep them in a safe house.
When you come to Cape Town, to this beautiful city, as a tourist, you don't realize that 10,000 of children are hungry. They are starving. They don't have enough to eat. And this is one of the main problems.
I remember, from my own personal experience, when I was young, when I come back from school, you get home and there's no bread.
To get food at Ubomi is a very important thing. So a lot of them really are looking forward every day to come to Ubomi just because the meal.
We are in Gugulethu. This is one of our houses. We call it Islands. So an island is basically where we keep our kids after school. When they leave school, they come to us. We do a bit of activities. You know, the idea of an island is a place where there's harmony, where it's the stability, where there's peace, where there is love as well.
Are influenced outside. So we bring them to our islands and teach them how to do things in a positive way.
Believe that with most of these kids, they have a lot of potential. It's just that they don't have the necessary resources to actually do much and become something in life.
I grew up in that situation, so that's why maybe when I see the other kids that they are now in this century, that they are now doing the same, they are in the same situation that I was in 30 years or 40 years ago. So for me, it's really touching. That's really what's motivating me.
Kosi, die im Township aufgewachsen ist, die genau weiß sozusagen, was dort gebraucht wird, wie wir es angehen können, wen wir involvieren. Und ich finde die Finanzierung von Ubomi hochspannend, weil die einmal über ein Netzwerk funktioniert, also über Leute, die das Projekt wirklich sehr interessiert. Und zum anderen, Ubomi bedeutet ja Leben, wird das Projekt hier auch sehr gelebt. Das heißt, es lebt davon, dass sich Leute hier auch engagieren. Und wie wir auch Mitarbeiter aus dem Township generieren können, die dann bei uns in den Häusern arbeiten, weil das wollen wir. Wir wollen die Arbeitsplätze dort schaffen.
I'm the one that gets the volunteers. I'm the one that makes sure that the program is running smoothly and the kids are happy and the facilitators as well are happy as well. We teach kids life skills. We involve them in sport and we do art with them and it excites them and it's a safe environment for kids. So with Ubomi here, we're teaching them and showing them that there is a positive side, that you could always grow as a person by using art, by using getting educated and giving them hope in life, so that when they go outside, they can influence people from the community. So it helps communities to grow. And by teaching these kids how to behave in our houses and how to behave outside our houses, we are growing the community.
I wish for Ubomi to grow, to expand and be able to help more kids. And I think having more islands, being able to reach out to many more kids would make a huge difference.
From the beginning we said we will never leave one of our kids behind. If you're a Ubomi kid once, you will be a Ubomi kid forever.
When you ask me as a South African, how do I see life? And I ask you as a German, how do you see life? It's totally different, So having that exposure for our kids will be great.
And we will try to do our best from our side, what we can do, to support them and to help them to get into an independent, hopefully better life than they were born in.